Cool.
In a nutshell, we've got 4 root races in our universe, right? And the 4 root races, in fact, no, we've got 5 current root races in our universe. The original root race are called the Polarians.
Yeah.
Okay? And these Polarians are the ones that are on Mount Meru, right at the center of our flat Earth.
Yeah, let's do it.
They are the Olympians on Mount Olympus.
Yeah, well trained.
Right? These are the gods. These are the angels spoken about in the Bible.
Yeah.
These are the Das avatars spoken about in the Vedic texts. Okay? These Polarians are not completely physical beings. They are semi-ethereal. They are half physical, half not.
Yeah.
Right? We are all Polarians. That is what you might call a conscious being, a pure conscious being. This is the master root race.
Yeah.
The master race.
Master race.
They are described as being sort of bluish indigo people.
Yeah.
Kind of blue, translucent.
Yeah.
That's their color.
Yeah,
and you see it in many cultures. You know, many cultures paint themselves blue.
Yeah.
Many cultures wear blue in celebrations.
Shiva.
You see it in the Vedic text. There are always these blue beings in the background.
Yeah, Krishna, blue, yeah.
Krishna was blue. So you see it embedded in the fabric of our traditions and our cultures. The first physical race that was created by the Polarians, remember the Polarians are the master race.
Yeah.
The Polarians got together and said, let's create a physical race of beings. The first race, the first beings to begin the race of life. Because it is a race. We're racing against ourselves. Right?
Very good.
The Polarians are at pole position. At the North Pole. They're in pole position. That's why they're the Polarians.
Yeah.
Right? The first race was the Hyperboreans.
Hyperboreans, that's it.
So the Hyperboreans were created first. This was the first race of beings, physical beings. Some Polarians incarnated into Hyperborean avatars.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're right. Because the Hyperborean itself is not a conscious being. It's an avatar. It's a body.
Yeah, it's a body, which is what I term human avatar. So yeah, it's avatar. I'm with you.
Right.
Fantastic.
So all races are just avatars.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That are being driven by the conscious being inside, the Polarian, that is driving the avatar.
Yeah, the higher self.
The higher self. So these Hyperboreans were created, and after a cycle, which I'll go into when I present this,
fantastic.
After a cycle, what's known as an epoch, after a round, after they went around the phi cycle, the physical, right?
Yeah.
There was a reset, a pole shift.
Yeah.
Right? So these Hyperboreans were the first Garden of Eden. They were the first physical realm of Earth on Earth. They were the first race of physical beings around Mount Meru, around the Tree of Life.
Yeah.
When their time ended, they were pushed outwards, away from the center, physically. Right? And a new realm was seeded.
Yeah.
Like a drop of water. When you drop water in a bucket, there's one ripple.
The ripple effect.
Then creates another ripple, creates another ripple.
Yeah.
Same thing with life.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 main root races. We've got the black race.
Yeah.
We've got the white race. We've got the Oriental Asians.
Yeah.
And we've got the Indo-Asians.
Yeah.
Right? That's the 4 races in this round. All the other races are kind of mixes of those 4. I think it's fair to say that.
Yeah, that is fair to say that. Yeah, the derivatives of those 4.
Now, if we go to the different realms, if we go to the realm on the outside, where Saturn and Jupiter are the sun, the Hyperborean realm, right? And we met those Hyperboreans who are still there today.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet would say, I see where black people get their looks from, or their traits, or their cultural influences from.
Yeah.
Right? They get it from this root race. Right? So I'm willing to bet these Hyperboreans who live in that realm, the first root race to be created on Earth, look very similar to me and you.
Yeah.
Right? I'm willing to bet if we went, and these are what's known sometimes as the Anunnaki.
Yeah. Yeah.
People talk about the Anunnaki. This is what is sometimes referenced as the Anunnaki beings.
Yeah, because just to, they made man in his image. Elohim made man in his image. This is
right.
Where
that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
And that's where that whole concept of oh, we all come from black people, from Africans. That's where it comes from. So that's not quite true, but you can see where the truth's been manipulated there.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And by the way, these realms were also seeded with their own solar systems to guide them, to tell them when it's, what season it is and when it is, their own sun and moon.
Yeah.
So the Hyperboreans, their sun and moon was Saturn and Jupiter. That is why Saturn is called Father Time, because that is when time began.
Kronos, yeah, yeah.
Chronos began the cycle of time in our universe, physical time. And Jupiter is known as Mother Rhea, area.
Yeah.
Right? This was the first area where Jupiter is the moon.
Yeah.
The second one, the second round, the Lemurians, their sun and moon was Venus and Mars. This was now the second root race, the second round, the second Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
And these are the Lemurians.
Yeah.
Right? The Lemurian race were created. And some Polarians incarnated into Lemurian bodies, avatars, to experience a Lemurian existence in a Lemurian realm.
Yeah.
Now, if you went to the next realm where Mars and Venus are, and you met the Lemurians, who are sometimes referred to as the reptilians,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You'd say, I see where Oriental Asian people get their looks from.
Yeah.
You know, the eyes, you know, that look.
Yeah.
Right? That's been seeded down from these Lemurian beings. That avatar, that body.
Yeah.
Right? When their cycle ended, they were pushed out of the Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
Right? And a new realm was pushed out, seeded from the center.
Yeah.
And this is the Atlantean root race, an Atlantean realm. This is us.
Yeah.
We are all Atlanteans.
Yeah.
All of us in this realm, what we call Earth right now,
Atlantis,
we are all Atlantean beings, all of us, regardless of what you look like. That is our root race. Okay? So once we did our cycle, we were then pushed out from the center about 6,000 years ago. Right? This is when the flood happened, the reset, blah, blah, blah. We were pushed out. Adam and Eve are pushed out from the center.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a new realm and new root race was created, which is the Aryans. So the Aryans are the current, right now, at the center, there is a Garden of Eden. That Garden of Eden is where the Aryan root race is, the newest avatar or body to be seeded in the universe by the Polarians.
Fantastic. Absolutely
now,
beautiful. Go ahead, brother.
Now, in this realm, Fabian, this is where it gets exciting. We've got four, if we're now going into the matrix, we've got four main root races, if you like. Four main root races. We've got the black race, we've got the white race, we've got the Oriental Asians, and we've got the Indo-Asians. In this realm, the original Atlantean body is the Vedic Indians, the Indo-Asians. That is the original Atlantean prototype avatar.
Agreed.
That is why the Vedic scriptures are the most expansive, that's why Indians are the most cultural people. They have the deepest culture, the deepest spiritual whatever. In India.
They do.
Because that is where the Mecca of the original Atlantean root race is from. Now, if you went to the center and you met the Aryans, who were seeded about 6,000 years ago, the newest race of beings to join the race, the newest race, not beings, the newest race of avatar to join the race, you'd say, I see where white people get their looks from. Right? So these Aryans are what are sometimes referred to as fallen angels, or the gods, right? Or the Nephilim.
Even,
these are the names they've been given over time that have been put into scriptures and all kinds of things. So that's the Aryan beings. Fundamentally, I've talked about all these different beings in this realm, even though you, me, and everyone else in this realm right now, even though we all look different, we are all Atlantean beings.
Yes.
Geneticists will even tell you that human beings, we share genetic code that is 99.6% the same.
It's the same.
White, black, Indian, Chinese, we all share 99.6% DNA code.
Yeah.
There's only a 0.4 difference.
Crazy. But
And we're all fighting over 0.4.
Madness.
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 Madness. Yeah? You look different because your pigment is slightly different to mine.
Yeah.
Your eye color is slightly different to mine. Your hair is slightly different to mine. 0.4 difference.
It's nothing.
We are all Atlanteans. All of us. We are one race.
Yeah.
Because, again, going back to time, because the ripple starts from the center, right? Time always begins at the center.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? So basically, the Aryan realm at the center is 3,000 years ahead of us.
Yeah.
They are 3,000 years ahead of us, consciously, physically, mentally, everything. Because that's where the ripple began.
Yeah.
3,000 years later, the ripple came over to us. 3,000 years later, the ripple goes to the Lemurians. 3,000 years later, the ripple goes to the Hyperboreans, right? Of this current epoch. So this is where the concept of time travel comes in. People talk about time travel.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
me and you right now stepped into the Aryan realm, the realm at the center, we've gone 3,000 years into the future.
Whoa, look at that.
Right?
Amazing.
Boom.
Fantastic.
We've gone 3,000 years into the future. If we went to the Lemurian realm on the outside, we've gone 3,000 years into the past. We've time traveled backwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Because these are different dimensions of time, different dimensions of space.
Yeah.
Right? They've got their own solar and ecosystems and their own ages and their own everything else. But
Yeah.
always rippling from the center going outwards.
Yeah, because it's a different Taurus. It's a different field, isn't it? You're entering
Different
into a
field of energy.
field. Yeah, different field of energy. Yeah.
So the beings at the center, right? They're coming out of their Bronze Age and going into their Silver Age right now. They're also having a conscious shift. They're shifting out of their bronze into their silver. And they're coming out of their age of Aquarius and heading into the age of Capricorn.
Yeah.
Because they're one ahead of us on the clock.
Okay.
So we're one behind. We're coming out of iron, going into bronze. We're coming out of Pisces, going into Aquarius.
Brilliant.
So 3,000 years ago, I'm willing to bet the beings at the center were having a very similar conversation like the one we're having now.
Makes a hell of a lot of sense.
Right? They were at the same consciousness that we are at right now.
Yeah.
And that ripple goes backwards as well. So where we were 3,000 years ago is where the beings on the outside are at the moment.
Yeah.